When you're ready to cut, you're going to have your cutting mat, obviously, and we'll show you how to set that up. One other thing that makes it just a little bit nicer and easier on the machine and a better cut is we have this support bracket. So the support bracket goes in the rear of the machine so that when you cut, it gives the mat an even surface to roll across. Now we're going to show you how to set up a blank on the cutting mat. For this demonstration, we're going to be using the small, and as you can see here, the small is outlined, which will give us a really good guide on where to put the actual blank. So we're going to start with a blank. This one is a calibration blank, and you know that these will come with your kit. They won't have a barcode on the back, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but basically you don't have to scan the back of this one. Okay, so we're going to set this in the range where we see the dotted lines for small. So we're going to use these stickers to hold it down to the mat. For the best rule of thumb is about 80% of the sticker off of the blank, and only about 20% of the sticker overlapping the edges of the blank when you attach it to the mat. We definitely want to use one on each side on the smalls. On the larger blanks, on the long side, you may want to even use two on each longer side. So we'll start by just pushing the on switch. After powering on the machine, we're going to see that load cutting mat is selected, which is perfect for what we want. So we see these marks here, and they say auto load to this point. So this is the roller track. So if you align these with the rollers, you'll be in great shape. So go ahead and just align those lines with the rollers of the machine. You're going to put just a slight amount of pressure on the back edge, and go ahead and hit enter when load cutting mat is selected. Okay, we're going to start by using this tablet. Like I said, it has to be an Android device, and it does have to be up to date. Anything that is the Lollipop Android release or more recent. Once the app is installed, it will always recognize as soon as you have the printer powered up. So that'll be very easy for you. All you have to do is go to the category you want. We're going to do a cell phone cut right now. I'm going to do it for my own phone. So I'll search the make and model of my cell phone, and when we get there you'll see really high quality photos just to make sure that you are getting the correct device. And then make sure that the cameras, speakers, ports, things like that are all the same as what's in the photo, because there could be different models, and this also does have the release year as well. So just double check to make sure everything on there is actually for the phone that you are cutting for, or you might end up wasting a little bit of material. So as long as you double check everything first, you won't have a problem. So all we have to do is we're going to go choose this device. And you touch that there, this gives you some options. So for example, on my phone, so I do have a protector on the front, and I also have one of our wraps on the back. As you can see, the carbon fiber texture. So this did not come with my phone. This is one of ours that I applied. So you see the front and back cut options. Now these are mostly for popular devices, so every device will not have the back cut as well, but all the popular ones are already in the system. And if there is one that you want us to add, you can send us a scan of that item and we can add it in there for you, usually within about a day or so. So we're going to select front this time. It'll give you an idea of the pattern. So I'm just going to double check this again. I want to take a look at where I see my speakers and cameras, and the microphone down here, for example. So there's a small circle cut. It's off center to the left, just like my phone. So now that I see that everything matches up, I'm confident in saying that yes, this is the pattern I want to cut. So this says grab your blank. Okay, so we're going to be using the Ultra. And like I said, this is a calibration blank. So normally in this screen, after you hit OK, you would scan the barcode on the back of here. Because this is a calibration blank, there is no barcode. But if we wait 10 seconds, we can actually use the bypass button. Now the bypass allows us to go ahead and use this without having scanned a barcode, but just know that there are a limited number of those and we also track them. This helps us and you to make sure you're only using quality ProtectionPro products with this machine. So we're going to go ahead and hit bypass. That's the bottom left. Now, before we move on, I want to point something out. In the top left of your screen, there is an option called Quick Cut. Now, if Quick Cut is off, we're going to leave it off for now. It's going to run you through all the setup steps that we just mentioned, but it's a good reminder. Or if you have new employees in the store that don't yet really know how to use the machine, this will guide them through the process flawlessly, okay? So we're going to leave Quick Cut off for now. If you want to go immediately to cut, all you have to do is toggle Quick Cut on, and you'll go right to the cutting screen. We'll hit bypass to move on. It's letting you know that we are generating a blank, and this is using one of your credits for bypassing. Like I said, we track those just to make sure that the correct product is being used with the machine. We're going to choose Ultra. Now, this is saying that we're going to be using the black blade, and that's fine. So we've already set that up. We've attached the mat as shown. This even shows the little position of the stickers there. And make sure the QR code is facing down. That is the back. So you don't want to try and cut and apply the rear of the two-part product. The lever is in the up position. It is. The mat has been aligned with the rollers. And we've pushed load mat into machine. We've already done that. So, like I said, if you have people who aren't familiar with the process, this is a great way to help them know how to stay on task and how to set it up properly without any errors and very little training. Okay, so once you're ready to hit cut, go ahead and hit the cut button down here. Cutting starts immediately, so make sure you're ready when you do hit the cut button. So we're going to go ahead and push that now. And as you can see, immediately the machine begins to print. I leave the lid up because I like to watch it, but you can do whatever is best for you in your process. And as it rolls out the back here, like I talked about, we've used this support bracket so that it just doesn't put any stress on it while it's cutting and moving around. That's very helpful. Okay, so as long as the cut looks good, we're going to go ahead and hit success. If you hit failure, you can leave us a note and explain why the cut wasn't aligned properly. So sometimes you'll want to choose this after you've tried to apply it. If you do have any issues though, we're happy to help you as soon as possible to get that corrected in the system. So I'm going to go ahead and hit success because I know this cut is good because I've already applied it to my phone. And there we are. It takes you back to the main screen. If you would like to cut that same phone or something you've been cutting recently, again, there is a recent cuts option here. And the recent cuts will show you what you've just done and give you the option to cut those right away without having to search for it in the database. Okay. After you remove this from the machine and the cut is completed, you're going to peel the entire blank off of the sheet. Now, a couple of interesting things here. If you peel from the corners, it's going to be much easier. Also, if you follow the 80-20 rule with the stickers like we talked about, typically you can reuse these stickers a few times and just leave them on the mat like this, okay? We've pulled this off and our cut piece is still in the blank, but when you pull by the corner you don't have any issues and it comes off from the stickers very nicely. If you'd like to check out the rest of the process after this point, go ahead and click on the link in the description that will take you to the installation video. That's going to give a more comprehensive step-by-step instruction for you to actually install this on a device. Thank you.